Welcome back. Today also we will start with a new chapter, that is chapter 10, okay, that is disaster and its management. Okay, so India is considered as the seventh largest country in the world and is also one of the most populous country in the world. Okay, India is considered as the seventh largest and the most populous country of its world. Okay, so what happens is, because of India's unique feature, okay, it is also prone to many disasters. Okay, it is also prone to many disasters because of its physical features and where India is located. Okay, so nature provides its own way and means, okay, of sustenance of life on earth. So what happens is, okay, destruction which are caused naturally. Okay, some destructions such as earthquakes, floods, droughts, as well as cyclones, landslide, and forest fire, these are all a natural hazard. Okay, these kind of disasters or these kind of destruction which is caused naturally, okay, due to the force of nature, it is called as natural hazard. Okay, whereas when the life and property, when humans are killed, when properties are damaged, it is called as a disaster. Okay, so when we say natural hazard, it is when destruction is caused by nature, okay, by its natural forces. Okay, it is called as a natural hazard. But a disaster is when people's life are lost and houses are being damaged. Okay, it is called as a disaster. Next we have the earthquake. Okay, these earthquakes are okay, sudden movement which happens in the earth's crust, okay, which cause vibration or shaking in the part of the earth's surface. Okay, this happens in the earth's crust, okay, which leads to the shaking or movement of the earth's surface. Okay, that is called as earthquake. Okay, the studying of earthquake, okay, is known as seismology. Clear? So scientists, okay, who study earthquake are called as the seismologists. Okay, so next, okay, the origin of the earthquake is called as the focus. Okay, so you can just see in the diagram, okay, that is where the earthquake happens. Okay, and just above the earthquake, okay, just above the focus, that is the surface of the earth, okay, that is considered as an epicenter, okay, where the earthquake starts. Okay, so these earthquakes, okay, happens in a year. Okay, about 1 million earthquakes happen every year. Okay, which are, some are very small minute earthquakes, okay, which can be felt, which are also not noticed by people. Okay, some are very large and up to a very great extent, which causes damage to property as well as losing of life. Okay, so earthquakes can be detected through a seismograph, okay, which is a machine, okay, in order to measure the shock waves. Okay, so it is how it works. Okay, so the earthquakes, okay, are very unexpected. We never know when earthquakes will hit, okay, our place. It is a very sudden activity, and when it is very violent, okay, when we have violent earthquakes, it is bound for destruction, okay, and also causes a lot of life and property. Okay, so one instances was more than 20,000 people died, over 15 lakhs were injured, and about 8 lakhs houses were destroyed in a powerful earthquake which hit Gujarat on 26 January 2001. Okay, it happened in a place called Bhuj in Gujarat. Okay, what are the precautions that we should take against earthquakes? Okay, the precautions of earthquake, okay, are: number 1, leave your school or school buildings, leave your home or school buildings and move to an open area. Okay, this should be followed systematically. Okay, you should also learn the first aid kit. You should know how to treat injured person, basic needs, okay, how to handle a cut, or maybe how to take care of a person who has broken his leg or his arms or her arms. Okay, so do not stay near windows, bookcase, mirrors, hanging pots, fan during and immediately after an earthquake. Okay, so when you are in a room, okay, do not stand near bookshelves, okay, or near a mirror, okay, or hanging pots, because they will tend to hit you, okay, if in case they fall down. Okay, so if you are trapped in a building, okay, remain close to an interior wall and protect your head with your arm. Avoid using a lift. Okay, when there is a violent earthquake, even though if you are living in a high building, okay, do not use the lift. Okay, you should take the stairs, okay, and you should also remain close to a very interior wall. Okay, you should protect your head. Okay, if you have a bag with you, you can hold the bag and cover your head, or maybe use your hand. Okay, if indoor, keep away from trees, signboards, building poles, and electric wires. Try to find an open area, okay, open area where there is no light post, there is no electric post near you. Okay, do not sit inside a car or bus. Okay, when you are having an earthquake, you should never sit inside a car or a bus. You should come out from the building, okay, and try to find a safe spot. Okay, if you're inside a theater hall, stadium, or an auditorium, do not panic. Okay, stay outside. Okay, so in this kind of incidents, do not panic. Okay, and try to learn all the procedures. Okay, try to cover your head, or maybe go under a table or a bed. Okay, and do not stay near objects which might fall on you. Okay, which will also save your life. Next, moving on, we have cyclone. Okay, so when we say cyclone, it is the circulatory wind, okay, wind that circulate in the lower parts of the atmosphere, in the lower regions. Okay, so cyclone develops, okay, when low pressure area is surrounded by high pressure. Okay, when low pressure area, okay, is surrounded by high pressure, then cyclone forms. Okay, thus heavy wind blows towards the center at a very high speed. Okay, and these cyclones mostly hit the Indian regions of the Bay of Bengal. Okay, this area is very prone to cyclones. Okay, regions like West Bengal, you can just see these areas. Okay, regions like West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and the coastal regions of Gujarat and Maharashtra are those areas which are always on the verge of getting hit by a cyclone. Okay, so one of the example given here is the coastal areas in Andhra Pradesh were hit by a severe cyclonic storm in May 1990. Okay, the speed of the wind was 250 kilometers per hour, and the cyclone also affected 6,000 villages. That is a huge number. Okay, and it killed around 1,000 people. Okay, and almost 25,000 cattle also died. Okay, about 12,000 houses were fully or partially destroyed. Okay, so we can just see that the cyclone can be very destructive, okay, if it is not warned in time. Okay, so what are the precautions that you should take? Okay, what are the precautions that you should take when you are hit by a cyclone? Okay, number one is you should listen to the weather broadcast. Okay, if a cyclone is approaching, you should regularly check the weather bulletin, that is either a television or a radio. Okay, try to keep emergency kits ready at home. Okay, secure your home, okay, and move to a safer place before the cyclone hits your area. Okay, if you know that your place is gonna be hit by a cyclone, okay, try to find area, okay, which would be much safer for you. Okay, also try to store enough non-perishable food, okay, which can last for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, also carry waterproof bags. Okay, and also do not venture out into the sea or also near to the sea coast. Okay, because it will lead to many problems. Okay, you might lose your life as well. Okay, keep phone numbers of hospitals, police and agencies, relatives and friends handy. Okay, keep this in your hand so that you will be able to contact them at the earliest. Okay, after the cyclone gets over, try to check gas leaks in your house. Okay, and also try to dry all the electrical appliances which are present in your house. Okay, and also avoid flood water and be careful about snakes bite. Okay, so what happened is you should take care of all this, and you should be very precaution. Okay, you should take precaution about all these measures as well. Okay, next we will deal with flood. Okay, flood occurs generally due to heavy rainfall or when a river overflows. Okay, it leads to a mass destruction, and the most common type of floods occur when a river is overflooded. Okay, overflows is bank, or maybe when it is block. Okay, when river channels are blocked. Okay, or maybe when you have a strong tide or storm. Okay, it also will lead to flooding. Okay, cyclones as well as tsunamis. Okay, cyclones will also lead to flooding as well as tsunamis. Okay, and the changes in the course of the river. Okay, when the river courses change, it will also lead to flooding. Okay, and certain kind of man-made things, okay, such as dams, such as canals, embankments, if they overfill, okay, they will overflow, and then it will cause flooding in the low-lying areas. Deforestation is also another factor, okay, because it is leading to flooding in most of the region. Okay, floods in India occurs mostly during the period of June to September. Okay, floods are mostly frequent in the northern India and in southern India. Okay, so what happens is when a flood happens, it not only damages the life and property, okay, it also damages crop as well as cattle. Okay, so what are the precautions that we need to take? Okay, some of the precautions that we need to take are: you should know the routes and location, okay, where the safe shelters are located. Okay, listen to the radio or watch the television in order to get the weather report, okay, or warning. Also, always keep a first aid kit with you, especially for diarrhea and snake bite, because when flood happens, okay, what happens is all your houses will be flooded and you might also be bitten by snakes or other things. So you should always keep your first aid kit ready. Okay, keep strong ropes, okay, for tying things. Keep radio, torch, matchbox, candle, spare batteries along with you in a bag. Okay, keep adequate stock available, especially fresh water, food, articles and kerosene. Okay, keep waterproof bags so that your items would be safe. Okay, keep bamboo sticks, okay, or in order to ward off snake. If a snake is near you, okay, keep the bamboo stick near you so that you will be able to remove the snake. Okay, do not enter into flooded areas, okay, of unknown depth. Okay, if you enter somewhere, okay, thinking that it will be the water would be very short, okay, you might be putting yourself into trouble because we never know the depth of the water. Okay, so you should always be careful of that. Okay, and when you know that flooding is going to happen, switch off all the electric power lines or else you will be electrocuted. Drink only boiled water and eat only fresh cooked food. Take the help of disaster management team and other agencies. Okay, next topic is drought. Okay, when there is extreme shortages of water in a region, it is called as drought. Okay, it affects human beings, it affects cattle, it affects agricultural production. Okay, and the drought prone area are those which experience very low to no rainfall. Okay, more than 70% of India's total cultivated land is drought prone areas. Okay, and these areas receive very low rainfall. Okay, and it is very difficult for people to cultivate crops. Okay, the drought prone areas in India, okay, are the places of Rajasthan, okay, Gujarat, Western Odisha, Rayalaseema in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Chhattisgarh, okay, Jharkhand, Central Maharashtra, Interior Karnataka, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana, Bihar, and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, these areas are the areas which are or which receives, okay, which are considered as a drought prone area. Okay, what are the precautions that we should take, okay, in order to protect our drought system? Okay, number one is we should learn to harvest and conserve water. Okay, so water harvesting is very much important. Okay, develop rainwater harvesting system, promote drip water irrigation. Okay, and also increase forest cover and through plantation. Okay, if you increase the plantation of trees on a large scale, you would be able to protect the water sources as well. Okay, plant drought resistance crop. Okay, plant crops which can resist drought, okay, which can grow on a full basis even though it is a very drought region. Okay, so these are the precautions that we need to take. Next, we move on to tsunamis. Okay, tsunamis, okay, are developed when large masses of water is displaced. Okay, this happens when an underground earthquake takes place under the sea. Okay, it leads to the movement, or it leads to the rise of the land area, which causes the water to move at a very fast rate. Okay, or maybe a volcanic eruption which happened under the water, okay, will also lead the water to move at a very fast rate. Okay, tsunamis normally travel at a speed of about 500 to 1000 km per hour. Okay, so what it happens is when the earth's shift, okay, what happens is it moves, or it tilts the soil, or it increases the soil. Okay, so when that happens, it pushes the water, okay, to the land areas. Okay, and so it is called as a tsunami. Okay, so what are the precautions that we need to take in order to be protected from the tsunami? Okay, if you experience an earthquake in your area or in your locality, okay, if you are living in a area where there is a coastal region, okay, for about 20 seconds, okay, or longer, okay, what you should do is you should move to a very high ground, because when earthquakes happen for a very long period of time, okay, eventually, okay, in coastal regions you will see that the water would rise. Okay, so in some cases the sea water may recede, okay, up to 800 meters from the coast. Do not enter the temporary dry area, as the sea water may come back soon. Okay, what happens is sometimes the water will go back from its shore. Okay, at that time, don't go into the area, okay, into the dry area, because the water will again come at a very fast rate after some time. Okay, so you should avoid that. Know the height of your street. Okay, know what is the height of your street or the locality that you are living, or the distance from the coast. Okay, the area of great risks are less than 10 meters and above. Okay, so the areas, okay, which are of great risks, okay, if you are staying below 10 meter, okay, if you are staying near below 10 meter near this coastal region, okay, or near the coastal areas, you should know that you should move to a very high ground, because it is highly noticeable that your house would also be affected by the tsunami. Okay, prepare a plan of evacuation. Okay, route from your house, from your school, from your workplace, and find an area above 30 meters. Okay, try to find higher ground which is above 30 meters from the sea level. Okay, you should be able to reach a safe location in about 15 minutes. Okay, the tsunami warning system should be installed in high risk zone. Okay, so warning system should be located where there is tsunami. Okay, in terms of siren. Okay, if a tsunami is going to be affecting your locality, the siren should be played on. Okay, giving the people that a tsunami is arriving. Okay, if you are visiting a place in a high risk zone, check the hotel or tour operation about tsunami evacuation. Okay, if you're traveling into a country, okay, and it has a sea coast, try to get some information if any precaution measure are there for tsunami evacuation or not. Okay, discuss tsunami with your family, as this will help reduce the fear of anxiety and associate with it. Okay, always try to talk about with your family on how to go about when a tsunami hits your region. Okay, so with this, okay, we come to the end of this chapter, and try through this lesson, okay, we came to know what natural disasters were and how and what type of precautions we need to take up. Okay, with this we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.